Hi, this is Clay from Conferences.io. I'm going to give you a walkthrough on working with presenters. In this tutorial, we'll look at how to add presenter names, assign them to sessions, and then we'll look at how to take advantage of presenters in the app. Before we get started with adding presenter names, let's look at the benefits. Here are 4 potential uses for adding presenters inside of your app. Number 1, you can create evaluation questions that are repeated for each presenter in a session so that you can get presenter level feedback, which will be reflected in your evaluation report. Number 2, you can configure sessions as Q&A panels where the audience can pick for whom a question is targeted when submitting their questions. Number 3, you can associate a poll question to a specific presenter to keep track of whose poll belongs to whom. And lastly, attendees can search for sessions on your app's home screen using just a presenter's name. Let's get started. To add presenter names into your app, there are 2 methods or approaches that can be taken. Method A is to manually add presenter names first, then edit your sessions and designate which presenter names go with that session. This works well for a small number of entries. Method B is to use an Excel spreadsheet that you'll populate with the session names along with the corresponding presenter names. This is our recommended approach, but let's check out the first method to get started. After signing in as admin, we'll visit the admin dashboard page. Next, we'll choose Manage Presenters, and then create a new presenter. Here, just enter the first and last name of the speaker. You can optionally enter their job title, but please be aware the job titles won't appear anywhere in the app at this time. Click Create when done. Repeat that process for any other presenter names. The second phase of Method A is to assign your presenter names to sessions. To do so, start from the admin dashboard and choose Manage Sessions. Find the first session that will have presenters and choose Edit. Scroll to the bottom of the page, where you'll find the option to add a presenter to this session. Find the appropriate person and click Add. If your session has multiple speakers, repeat that process and click Save when done. Before we look at the end result for this, let's check out Method B for adding presenters to sessions using the bulk import option. Within the Manage Sessions page, click Bulk Actions. If you haven't created your sessions yet, you can use Import Sessions in an Excel spreadsheet to add both your session names and presenters at the same time. We have a separate video that details that process. But assuming you have already created your sessions and now you want to add presenters in a bulk fashion, we'll look at how to do that. On the same screen for bulk actions, we'll choose Update Session Details. The function allows us to download the current data, and then open the results in Excel and make any needed changes to the session details. Within the spreadsheet, we can add speaker names here. If you have a session with multiple presenters, a panel discussion for example, you can enter multiple names separated by a comma like this. Be sure to follow this first name last name format shown here with the comma as the special character to delineate names. Now that we have our spreadsheet ready, I'll save it and return to my app to start the import process. To do so, we'll click the Choose File button, find my file, and then click Upload. If all is well, I'll see my updated list of sessions, which now includes presenter names. Let's now look at the benefits. First, notice that the app's agenda listing on the home page features presenter names. And if your app has been configured with the search box at the top like this one, you can type a few letters of a speaker name to find their session. Next, let's take advantage of presenter names by configuring a session to be a Q&A panel. To do so, I'll visit Manage Sessions under Admin. We'll edit a session that features multiple presenters. And we'll click this box to enable the Q&A panel functionality. Let's check out the end result. Here's the audience perspective when asking a question within the session that we just configured. You'll see that an attendee has the option to designate a specific presenter name for their question. It's not required to choose a presenter, but it is now an option. With presenter names in place, you can also designate if a particular poll question comes from a particular presenter. This will appear in the moderator view only for a session. Lastly, you can create a session evaluation question that will be repeated for each presenter in a session, which allows you to get presenter level feedback. This is covered fully in our video on session evaluations. In summary, Conferences.io provides you with the flexible functionality when you have multiple presenters in the same session. Thank you for watching. This concludes our look at managing presenters.